I'm Jen Runyon here at HydroVision, and I am with Laura Walter, Senior Lead Economist with PJM. Laura and I were just part of the first ever grid-scale energy storage summit, and the purpose of that summit was to bring together the pumped hydro industry with the wind industry and the solar industry so we could talk about what are those synergies. Laura, as a grid operator, was a participant. She spoke on the panel. What were your initial thoughts about bringing those industries together, those technologies together?
So it's an interesting question, and it's an interesting conversation to have, because with pumped storage hydro, we have over 5,000 megawatts in PJM that have been there for a very long time.
Right.
With FERC coming out with Order 841, electric storage resource participation, they classified electric storage resources as being anything that takes from the grid for later injection.
Okay.
This includes pumped storage hydro.
Right.
So as we're having conversations within PJM on how to best implement this order, I haven't heard a lot from the pumped storage hydro participants, but it's something that they should be aware of, and a conversation that I expect to have going forward.
Right, because they're still, utilities need to finalize their plans, is that right? Or for how they're going to actually do this?
Actually, it's the ISOs.
Okay, right.
They need to figure out how they're going to best open up the doors to allow electric storage resources to participate in capacity, energy, ancillary services. And so we're having these discussions. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I will be having more discussions with stakeholders to talk about PJM's plan to better integrate electric storage resources.
Yeah, and so you really can't keep batteries out of that discussion, of course, right? I mean, so are you talking to battery manufacturers as well, battery companies?
So what we have done is that we've opened up our market implementation committee and said we're having special sessions to talk about electric storage resources. And so we are getting a lot of feedback from battery developers and other stakeholders that are interested in this space, as well as stakeholders that we hear from a lot that have thermal generation.
Okay, right, okay. So, but you haven't heard from a lot of the pumped storage hydro industry.
I haven't heard a lot from the pumped storage hydro industry right now. I'm certainly hoping that this order and this change to markets is on their radar.
Yeah, because it's very important, and that came out in the summit, I think, kind of again and again, that, you know, from where I sit as a renewable energy reporter, we write about wind and solar and batteries. Our readers are really interested in batteries, and so we have this pumped storage hydro publication that is our sister publication, and they kept telling me, but pumped hydro is storage too. So why aren't we part of this conversation? And I think maybe you've just highlighted it, that, you know, that they need to inject themselves into that conversation.
Sure. So at PJM we have stakeholder meetings that are open, and we want to hear feedback specifically from generation owners and transmission owners, distribution end users. Everybody can come to our meetings, give us feedback on what they think is important, and we'll take that into account, and as the independent system operator, come up with rules that are fuel neutral, but help participation in the market and ensure reliable and efficient outcomes.
Excellent. So how do they find out about these meetings?
PJM.com.
Okay.
So on PJM.com, on the homepage to the left is a list of all the meetings. We have a meeting almost every day in PJM.
I bet you do.
So anyone can look through and figure out, you know, what are they interested in and what should they attend. Also, we have our own kind of newsletter. It's called PJM Inside Lines, and it goes out to stakeholders and whoever signs up for it to hear more PJM-centered news.
All right, sounds good. So pumped hydro storage industry, please get involved with PJM and the other operators that are right now figuring out how they're going to deal with the FERC Order 841. So again, Jennifer Runyon from HydroVision. Thanks, Laura.
Thank you.